here in this beautiful place and a beautiful center. And first of all, I just wanted to thank you to Makeda. She's such a wonderful person and wonderful things she's doing. And also she opened her heart and also opened the WorldBeat Center for we having this afternoon. I just want to thank you. Secondly, I just wanted to thank you to the WorldBeat Center who's working here and try to make a difference in the world and doing wonderful things. I just want to thank you to everyone who work and doing wonderful things. So before we start this conversation, I just want you allow yourselves to be in this moment. It's not living in the past, not living in the future. Just bring yourself this very moment, which means not sort of worry about things in the past or future. Just bring yourself this very moment and allow yourselves to be in this moment. And begins to allow yourselves to keep in your back straight. And you can put your hands on your kind of knees or just comfortable. And then allow yourselves to relax your body. Picture yourselves to relax your muscles, your joints, and relax your entire body. And relax to your speech, which is all the activities of the talking, mental talking, all these kind of things, just sort of stop, allow yourselves to be in silence. And then relax your mind. In our mind is always busy, thinking, always think about this or that, or so many things, so many thoughts in our mind. And at this moment, just sort of stop the worries, stop thinking everything, and begins to connect with your breathing. And breathe in with the light. The light enters your heart, and breathe out with the peace, and peace to the world. At this moment, when you feel the light and the peace in your heart, with the breathing within, with the light enters your heart, and breathe out with the peace to the world. And this world, there's so many things going on. All the people, all the animals, all the living beings, they all feel the peace and light in this moment. And I want you to focus your breathing and connect with the rhythm of your breathing. Dozo Gala Baje Darze Yala Doje Yarda Soy Dorda Chadra Nyama Nyala Leje Chadra Dorda Jam Mare Mansara Dungara Nyaka Jirnya Janza Radra Na Done Daja Saja Dasola Yandala Lorzo Jaje Tawa Jandra Jandai Jani Jaje Dalo Mansara Nyapa Good afternoon, and I'm talking about on this afternoon how to joyful way living and peaceful way dying. Those is the two subjects I'm going to talk about. The first is I'm going to talk about how to joyful way living. Means how to enjoy it in life. So we have a problem because we not enjoy our lives. Why? Because we never live in a present moment. Child or my family or many years ago this happens, something we always like stories. So we stuck in the past. So, and that's why we not enjoyed our life, because the past does not exist. Why? The past in your last night's dream, there's no difference. When you wake, you have a very bad dream, you're glad you wake. That was a dream, right? Exactly, you have maybe passed this many difficulties, then when you realize, oh, it's the past, I'm so glad. already gone. But we never do that. Always we are sort of stuck in the past. Then always we live in a future. We think that one day everything's going to take care of themselves. Oh, one day I will going to retire, then I'm going to save some money, then I'm going to traveling, then I'm enjoy my life, this kind of dream. But life is always things comes up. So, and if we live in the future, that means the future is not, it's like a mystery. So we don't know what's like in the future. If we realize these two things, then it's very important to bring ourselves in the present moment. The present moment is the gift we have. So in this, going to be enjoy life is, it doesn't matter you're rich or poor, it doesn't matter. The matter is that the very, very important thing is communication and clear vision, acceptance. Those three make it enjoy life. The first is communication. Communication is very, 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 very important to everyone. So we have to communicate with others. We have these ideas, but it's the first is we have to communicate with ourselves. Like sort of when we begins to communicate with ourselves, like oh, what is I need? What is important in my life? What's making me enjoy my life? So begins to communicate with ourselves. How? It begins to communicate with our mind, sort of like looking at our mind. In our mind there's maybe all kind of thoughts or concepts, or there's some kind of like a garbage. Then you see that's the reason we are not enjoying, but begins to, oh, I need the peace. I have to go to get attain the peace and how to enjoy it, my life. Who can give me peace? How to can get peace or enjoyment? Nobody. It's between you and you. You communicate with yourself to realize what I want, what I'm looking for, what I'm wishing for is already there. Then begins to you communicate with, oh, okay, now definitely I need a sort of peace. The peace is not about the luxurious things or money or this and that. It is about the peace is how to really sort of enjoying the every moment. So you communicate with you and to what's going on in your mind. If your mind has already peace, then we work with that to develop in more peace and enjoyment. But if your mind is full of fear, or full of anger, or full of sadness or madness, that means you know, and that's nobody can help you, but you can allow yourselves to first sort of have clear, like, oh, I'm so angry. The reason is I'm so angry because him or her, or we all has these stories about the not happy, not enjoying. But then realize, if I'm angry, I'm not hurting these people or that person, actually hurting myself. You see clearly, then you have this clear vision. Oh, now I'm sort of, much anger, and I have to watch my anger to what is, if you feel angry, you can look at your anger to begins to communicate with your anger to not need to worry or not need to do this or that, but it begins to allows yourself to reducing. Means you look at your anger like what's happening. This anger is helping you. This anger is good for your future. This anger is good for your business. This anger is good for your family. This is anger good for your children. You know, and slowly, gradually, you're going to see yourself. Oh, nothing's good. Then you have a chance to free from the anger. So that's why it's very important to communicate with yourself to what's really going on in your mind. Then you clearly you see, and when you see, and then you can sort of automatically you're free from that. And then your life is maybe rich or poor. It doesn't matter you're married or single. It's very important to accepting sort of like where you are and what you're doing is sort of begins to, I have to accept. So sort of acceptance means sort of kind of communicate with yourself to accept, and then begins to you're enjoying and what kind of life you have, like so with accept. So in that means it begins to communicate with our speech. So in general, our speech has a power. And what you say makes a difference in the people's lives. Also, you hear somebody, also the words has automatically has a power. That means you have chance to sort of communicate with your speech. And what's you talking? You're talking about maybe something you don't like. Maybe you talk about that, you're gauging with this. And that means you have begins to chance to you see, if you talk about something negative things, or talk about politics, something you don't like, that means your contribution towards to that, and you promoting that, you helping that negative energy through your speech. So when you say one word, it's like there's a wild tiger in the cage, runs out. You can get him back, put it back in the cage. But when your words comes out to your mouth, you can't bring back. It's already, the damage is done, and the words goes out, that's it. So before the words come out, always we have choice to say or not. So that's why it's very important to communicate with ourselves, to talk less is more meaningful. So in Buddha said once, he said, our lips is a very important part of our senses. But also our mouth is the drawer of the treasures of the negativities. And that's the reason the words in our mouths make a lot of negative energy and so create the negativity. And that's why it's keeping the silence is the best way of meditating. So in great, this is the master, Great Bama Sangbawa, he said, 1 year retreat meditating, 1 month silence is more effective and more powerful. So what I'm talking about here is in every day we are working, talking, doing things. And now you can sort of, one dinner or lunch, you go back, sort of, okay, how like silence, sort of, okay, this dinner, I don't going to talk, no, I'm going not touching my phone, I'm not just chatting, I'm not talking to anybody, just connect you with your food, with a meditative state, when you're sort of eating your supper, a dinner, you really, really enjoy, and also you see totally different energy, different feelings you're going to learn it. Are so amazing. So another thing, we always thinking, talking, singing, listen music we do or working. Another thing, maybe just 1 or 2 miles. No talking, no listening. Just silence of your speech, silence of your mind. Each step you took, when you took your feet up, gently you touch foot, put it down, very gently, like Mother Earth is the Fajo. If you took that steps to the 1 mile or 2 mile, it's so beautiful walking meditation you can get through that. So that's why it's very, very important to engage with yourselves towards your talking. So not just only you, and other people talk. Some people talk so nice things. You want to hear all the time, oh wow, she's so nice, that's so nice. And sometimes you feel like, I don't want to hear that, she's always so mean. But it's very important to communicate. Somebody maybe talk so nicely, but they want something from you. Or they just make up, maybe singing and dancing in your face. Or just make this, just tell stories in your face. Maybe go turn back, maybe talk about it, you see. Some people maybe not so nice talk, but they really care about you. It's like a parent's love, like unconditional love. So that's why in the Tibetan we say, and the best medicine test is built in, like Betty. And who loves you most, the words is not nice. You don't want to hear because they don't hide things. They talk, you should chant. Why are you eating that? Why you do that? Oh, you look. So they really talk that way, but they care about you. They're honest with you. So that's why in North America, people love white lies. You say, oh, you look so good. Oh, you look younger. All these things. You're honest, then they're going to upset. So I was in the first in America many years ago. I was in Northern California. And once, and this lady was very, very nice lady. She was very nice to me and bring me every morning breakfast. And then she took me to movies. She was so nice. Then one day there's a group of gatherings. So I just wanted to thank you to her. I said, she's so wonderful. She's like my mother. She taking care of me. She was so upset, big eyes. She looked at me. She said, I'm not your mother. I'm not that old. So no more breakfast, no more movies. And I tried to say, I'm sorry, you like my sister, but it doesn't work. So because in Tibet, you think that your mother is the best your friend because the mother one carries you inside 9 months. The mother, the one clean, bathe you, feed you, teach you. Of course, the father is part, but the more mother's close to them,
you like compare somebody with your mother means that you really like the best compliment you can give person. But in North America, it doesn't work. It's like saying, it's kind of worse. She think about it, I'm not that old. I'm not your mother. So what I'm saying is, in these countries, they love white lies. So what's happened is also another story comes up. It's maybe useful. I just like anyway, we have to talk about this. Once I live in Los Angeles, and I have a friend. These young girls. Anytime she's trouble or she's struggles, she always coming to me and talking to me. And one day she comes and she looks very upset. I was like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "I'm not okay. I broke with my boyfriend." And I said to her, "What's happened? He was mean to you?" She said, "Yeah, he was so mean to me." I said, "What happened?" She said, she wanted to surprise for him. She went to some place. She changed the hair and also make up her, very dress up but sexy. So, and then like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, she knocked his door. And he opened the door and he looked at her. He said, "You look awful. What's happened to you?" And she was so upset. She said, "I never want to talk to you. I'm so mad." I said, "You're mad, but it looks like you're sad because you broke with him. You're not happy, right?" She's like, "I'm not happy because he's so nice, man. He loves me, blah, blah, blah." I said, "It's your fault." She's like, "My fault? She told me you look awful." I said, "Because you don't like your makeup and your dress and all the new changes. He just like who you are." She's like, "Yeah, Lama, right. That's right." She's like, "What's I do?" I said, "Call him. Apologize." She's like, "He should apologize to me. Why? I apologize." I said, "Be smart. If you apologize, he will apologize to you. Then everything going to be good." She said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." Said, "Oh, I'm just sort of make up, show up your door. Maybe if you feel it, you thought it was my look awful. I'm sorry. Just say I'm sorry and just call him." She's like, "He should call me, apologize." I said, "Just don't wait. Don't waste time. Just enjoy life. Just say that and everything going to nice." Then a few days later, they both come and they took me to lunch. So I think it worked out things nicely. So I think she called apologize, then he apologized, and then they forgive each other. So no more problem. So that's why it's very important we need to communicate with ourselves. And always we make a big deal. Always make with stories. Without the story, it's very, very simple. So what I'm talking about is, it's a joyful way living is, it's not about money, not about things. Of course, if you have money, you can enjoy, but even though you have money, then some people more worries. So it doesn't matter you have a lot of money or little money. You can enjoy it every moment your life. And how to enjoy life I think is very important, begins to focus our health. Our health is very most important to do exercise, eat healthy food, and then think nicely, talk nice things. Means when you think of something, feel good, think of something, feel peaceful, think of that. And when you talk something that brings like you feel good and honesty, and that's kind of way you're living, and then accepting where you live in. Maybe you live in a luxurious house, enjoy it and accept, sort of enjoy every moment. Maybe you live in a little house, or even maybe one bedroom, as you renting a little bedroom with the roommates. That's okay too. Long as your room is clean, long as you enjoy your room. When you come home, you feel like, oh, I'm home, I'm so relaxed, enjoy. That means it's very important to clean your room. And less things is more you relax. It's very important, tomorrow I'm going to do something, tomorrow I'm going to do something. And then never kind of that make messy your minds. Your room is clean, then also helps your mind to relax and you sort of enjoy. Then life, we have all kinds of bodies. Some is tall, some is short. Some people has curly hair, some people has straight hair. We have to be sort of accept. In this world, it's so funny. You can see in America, these white people goes to the beach, they lay down in the sand and they got sunburning and them troubles their skin, they want dark. You can see that some of those Asian ladies, they want to light, they wear all these big hats and everything covers, and they just don't show their hands. They can't accept, you see. Then all these straight hair people want curly, doing these things, and all these curly hair people want to shrink. So that's the way it's kind of life. Means if you're tall, you just enjoy reach a lot of places. When you're tall, when you're short, easy to fit anywhere and easy to buy clothes. There's a lot of good stuff. So it's very important to accept. And then also maybe you're skinny, maybe you need a little meat, eat some protein and do exercise, little muscles. You need a little strength. Too skinny weak is not good. And too bigger is also not good. You have to watch because you're easy to sick. It's some problems. That's why we have to be communicated with ourselves to what we wish for, what you want. We can build that. That's the with the joyful way living. Is accept every moment. That's the joyful way living. So then peaceful way dying in America is sort of everybody can accept. Everybody sort of don't like to talk about dying. And nobody like getting old. So in America, I noticed that most of the ladies, older ladies, if you ask them their age, they don't like. Once I was went to ESL class, and my teacher was an older lady. I said, "Teacher, how old are you?" She smiled. I said, "Teacher, how old are you?" She said, "Lama, stop." I said, "Okay." She said, "That's my taboo. I'm not telling. Don't ask ladies how old." And in Tibet, it's so different culture, you see. Maybe a group of people, and then we talk about age. Everybody is going to raise in their hands and say, I'm older, I'm the oldest. Like it's, who's the oldest? That means so the oldest, there's maybe 5 people, you're going somewhere. Who's the oldest person? You're the boss because you're the older. Who's the youngest? They have to serve and do everything because the youngest. That's the reason everybody wants to, I'm old. And then also see, when the people reach 70 or 80, then they can say, Now I'm 70 years old. I don't need things. Just I wanted to need the practice. I need to learn more, study about death and dying. I just don't want to worry about money, or I don't want to worry about things. So that kind of attitude we have in Tibet. In here it's different. Oh, I'm 70 something or 80 years old, but what about my business, my company? They all talk about all these things. So different. So what I'm saying is, it's a very hard to accept in the death. So that's why it's very important to a person who wants to be learning the peaceful way to die. It's very important to begin to meditate or learning about impermanence. Impermanence is in this world is nothing is forever. Everything is impermanent. You see, everything's changing. So we have to begin to learn about impermanence. Then begins to we look at our history, and there's great kings, queens, and there's some very famous people. And right now, if you look this, it's only there's some stories. And what happens? That means they all died. Now only stories in the books. And there's in the past, there's a great kings, the great king, the Alexandra, or the smart king, the Arthur, has many wives. So now, or these people, and right now is stories. The Genghis Khan, the rulers of the Asia, is stories. So you go to the Egypt, all these ruins. You look at the Greeks, all these ruins. You go to the Europe, Rome, all these ruins. What's happened? The impermanence happened. You go to the Mexico, those ruins like those Teotihuacans or Chichen Itza or Chichen or Cuba or Tulum, or those ruins is once there's powerful civilization. Think is nobody reached them. They are so powerful. They have this protection of these walls, but they are all gone. What tells us? Long we enter this world or enter the womb of the mother, we are born means we all die. So dying is, if you don't understand the dying, then dying is the most difficult place we go through. But if you understand the death, then the dying is not dying. The dying is joyful way dying or peaceful way living. So you living in just peacefully. It's so, I wanted to share with you one story. And this story I always share with people. And once I go to Canada once a year or twice a year in the past. So once when I go to Canada, and this lady comes to me for healing. And she was very, very sweet lady. I was doing some healing. And then she said, I can be die any day. And I said, why? She said, 6 years ago, and the doctor told me I only have 6 months to live. And I have cancer. And then she went to her company and she said, I don't want to work anymore. So she sort of don't want to work anymore. So she only have 6 months. So she sort of no more work, then come home. And then also she talked with some friends. And she said, hey, you guys wanted to go to vacation? They're like, yes, but we don't have money. She's like, I have money. I have savings. I have money. So she has some money. She said, I always wanted to go to like all these beautiful countries in the world. Then she begins to traveling. She took her friends, paid for their airfare and everything. So 1 year, no problem. 2 years, no problem. 3 years, no problem. She said, this is 6 years. I can die any day, but she said, I'm healthy, happy. And that was amazing. So then, 1 year later, I went back to Canada. And this family, I stayed with in this family in Toronto. Then this lady said, oh, yesterday this lady called here and looking for you. She wanted to talk to me. And then I said, okay, I want to talk to her too. So then they're like, oh, okay, we drive you. So like 2 hours, I think it's 2 hours and a half, 2 hours and a half, like have to drive. We have to go to the countryside. And this place is her home. And she was in the living room and I made a big bed. And then when I come in, she was like, oh, I'm so happy. Thank you, Lama. You are my guardian angel. So I'm so happy you are here. I'm dying. I was like, okay, I'm here. So then she told her husband and her daughter and her friends, a bunch of ladies there. She's like, please, everybody leave, go out. Then everybody go out. Then she begins to ask me. She's like, I know this time I'm dying. She's like, what's like dying? And what is I'm going to happen to first thing? My view or my sounds, my sense, what's going to happen? What's going to see? What I'm going to expect it? How to dealing with our experience of the losing the senses and the inner experience of the changes of dissolving the elements to elements and the extraordinary experience of the all these visions of the deities and colors appearing our mind and sounds we have to deal. All these things I explained to about the details of the death and dying. So then she said, oh, thank you, Lama. Now I know. So can you do prayer? Somebody's dying. There's some kind of prayer for that? I said, yeah, there's called POA, which is transfer the consciousness or liberate the consciousness. She said, can you do for me this? I said, okay. So I did a POA for her. And then afterwards, she said, okay, can you tell my family come in? So I said, okay. I called everybody outside. They all come in. And then they all begins to sort of there. And then she's sort of talking to them. She's like, okay, can you play my favorite music? Today's my last day. And then she's like, I wanted to eat some fresh vegetables. I wanted to drink some milk. Today's my last day. I'm going to enjoy it. Like, she's talking like that. And then also she asked her husband, can you bring my clothes, my jewelry, everything? She was giving her horse. She has some horses. She's like giving to her daughter some horse. There's some friends she's giving and all these things. She's like giving out. Like, okay, she's like, okay, I'm giving this, that. And her husband was like, this belongs to your grandma. You want to give it? She's like, yeah, I'm dying. I don't need it. Then she's like, Lama, you want any jewelry or something? So I said, no, thank you. So she was very generous. Everything she's giving. And then her husband and the daughter and friends, they wanted to talk to me in another room. Then they like, what you see? What we do? I said, I don't know. And they asked me, you think she's dying? And look, she's, sitting in her bed, eating all these things, talking, doing these things. I don't know, she looks like fine to me. But I said, it doesn't matter. It's just support her wish. Just be patient with her. Just love her. Don't complain her. That's what you can do. And then I said, I don't know, man. She died soon because she thinks she died. I don't know, but what you can do is just sort of really kind of love her, support without her wish. And I told her that. Then they're okay. So then I left. Next morning they called me. When sunrise, she died. Next morning. So what I'm saying is, this is the peaceful way dying. So, and also, sometimes we losing our loved ones, or our parents, or our grandparents, or our relatives, friends. Are we upset? That's so different because you see, dying it's a nature thing. We all die. It's what we can do is very important we can celebrate that this person's life. Sort of do something fun and create something good in it. And also somebody's dying. Sometimes people like crying, grab, say, please don't go, don't leave. Not like that. Somebody's dying, then what they need is a peace. What they need is love. They don't have choice. So that's why we just very important to create in the peace and show them love, how much you love them. And so in that their need. So we as person, it's very important to meditate into impermanence. And so in this material world comes, goes. So everything is changes. You look at the history of this world. Once supposed to ice world, then water world, then those sort of large animals is called dinosaurs, all these things. But right now only some bones and some figures, they are gone. That's called impermanence. So then we don't know who we are. We think that some people say we are fishes. Some people we think that we are monkeys. So either way, we are some kind of weird animals for sure. We don't know how to live in this earth. We just only destroy the earth. So that's one thing we know. But it's very important to see ourselves to everything's impermanent. When the times come, it's very important to be ready. So that means you have to be enjoyed right now. If you don't enjoy right now, then when you have died, that time you have regrets. You think, oh, I never enjoyed my life. I worked so hard. I don't want to die. I have to live longer. But too late. So right now, you enjoy every moment. Do some fun things. If you are sort of capable to reach, you can do good things, help others, do some good things. And then when the death comes, then you feel like I'm enjoying my life. I did so much fun things. I'm ready to go. And plus, you understand this impermanence. Then easy to accept the death. So it's so easy to let it go. Sometimes the people we stop things. Once this lady died, and I just went to do some prayers. She was only a few days to God, like 2-3 days before she gone. She barely can talk. She's like, my money, my house, I can't trust my boyfriend like that. She was a rupee. And I told her, said, please don't think about your money. Don't think about your house. It's right now, it's very important to just breathe, let it go, let it free, in contact with what you believe. So you really sort of believe what kind of religion, or you can connect with your beliefs. And so not thinking about family, it doesn't help, only create negative energy. It's just breathe and let it go. And then definitely we have the peaceful death. So joyful living and peaceful dying, all is communication in clear vision, understand this impermanence and accept. Then you can enjoy life, definitely you die peacefully. So that's just my talk and this afternoon. So maybe some people wanted to ask me some things. I'm very, very happy to answer you. You can raise your hand.
At the time of death, is there lights that you see, or different lights or whatever that you have an indication that that's where you go?
At the time of death, Rinpoche, do you see different colored lights? Some say you see the blue light, or there's white lights. So at that moment, we should be just breathing in and letting go, like some Tom Lin maybe, or we just are looking at the phenomena of lights or whatever that's happening at that moment.
There's so many ways we can talk about in that. And also, as a Buddhist, we believe as when dying is like a sort of changing the clothes. You see, we wear every day different clothes, but same person. So, and continues to be reincarnated. The reincarnation is, and we never know what's kind of reincarnation. Depends on that we call karma. So you see, we can say, we don't need to worry about the past life because we just look at ourselves. Right now, we know what kind of life we have. The past life brings this life. And then also we don't need to worry about future life because of what we're doing right now, that brings the next life. So that's why sort of can we see about this. But when a person is dying, and they're all different, because some people has a heavy karma, then in often sort of they like a sort of some person maybe come in killing things, like killing animals or killing humans or any kind of this kind of negative actions done. And these kind of people, very moment of dying, they see these things and then they're scared and they really sort of worries and so on and so forth. But in general, person when we die in the outside of the senses, when we sort of loosen the vision, we loosen the hearing, we can't, like sound is go further, 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 like when somebody's talking, it's very hard to hear, like sounds hard, further, further. Then when we loosen the sort of our speech is sort of, we are tongues like become stuck, then our vision is become like cloudy, further, further, we can't see like that way, we lose our things. And then also we are losing the sort of the smell, if there's no smell. Then also we loosen the sort of the air and the energy of the elements that become colder, like we loosen the fire. And then also we loosen the air, then stop movements, start with the stopping the feet and the hands and the further part of our body. And that is called the sort of shut down our senses with our organs. Like we look at the person who knows the death and dying. If you look at the person dying, then you know, oh, this moment that stopped their liver, means sort of the eyes can't move. It's just like, then this moment, oh, the lung stops breathing, means sort of the feels like nose. The air left means your skin pulse is not going back. There's no gravity. There's no pull in out. So anyway, I'm going to short, sorry. So I just go into these details not needed. So anyway, all these our experience of the death, and then America, most the doctors say, oh, now died, moved. But in Tibet, we live 24 hours or 3 days or 2 days, not just dropping the body. Because that first we shut down all our organs and outside of it, and then begins to the inner death experience of all these sort of those kind of the light, dark, red, all these light things they have to go through process those experience, which is like a sort of we are when conception in the mother's womb, we receive in the mother's womb. The moment the essence of the mother is called the red molecule, and that goes to stay in our navel, bottom the navel chakra. In that moment, when we die, that red molecule energy goes up, it goes to the heart. The moment everything's red is so red, everything's kind of red. And then also we have our father, when we are receiving the sort of essence from the father, there's the white molecule. That goes to our brain. So that moment that comes down to our heart, then the moment is everything's like light, like bright light. And then those two bright light molecules meeting is become everything's turns dark, like a very, very dark net. You can't see nothing, but so beautiful, right? This kind of so everything's kind of dark. And still our consciousness stays in our heart. And some depends on the people, at least maybe certain hours, 24 hours or at least like 12 hours or 6 hours, they are unconscious. And that means you can touch the armpits, there's a warm, little bit of warm. And also that means their consciousness is still in the body. So from that sort of begins awakening then, there's a light, like the bright light, that is sort of the light of the truth. Like a sort of more bluish, but there's beyond the words and thoughts. That you understand, that's the Buddha nature. And then also then with the light of in 100 wrathful peaceful deities, peers, our regions, which is the essence of the wrathful deities in our brain, the essence of the peaceful deities in our heart, then become the rainbow form of the movement dancing these deities. Any deity you recognize, you can sort of liberating yourself. So there's anyway, your answer is in my tradition and Buddhist, Tibetan, particularly Tibetan Buddhist, it's very important to person died is then not touching the feet, touching the head, and that means sort of that when dying you touch it, then they focus up, then they can see light, because everyone has their hole in our top of the head. And sometimes we don't believe, but if you look at the skull, there's a hole, you can see it physically. But also it's called center channel, which is not a physical energy channel connected to this physical body top. Sometimes people die, their stems come out, or sometimes you can see, or energetically there's a power practice, then you can feel so and so on. But then any person dying, it's very important to connect with the light, with the devotion. If you're a Buddhist, you connect with the Buddha or Bodhisattvas, or your own master or guardian is your own master, your root teacher, the Vajra Guru. You can connect with that to liberate yourself. Is that you have a chance. But in another religions also, indefinitely the light that may be connect with the light of the angel or light of the God. So all this is a believing through our heart, our mind is with the devotion, and that definitely we found the peace and the death. I believe every religion has this kind of blessing or energy. Once I have a dream in Los Angeles, and this old man, he was very, very, very old man, and he has a cross in his hand, and he said, "Please don't afraid. I have this cross as light. That's why I found you. Please help me. I'm already died." So, and next day I did some prayers. I feel really somebody died and come to me. So what I'm saying is, indefinitely there's all kinds of lights of the wisdom lights of the 5 colors beyond the words and thoughts. Or there's a blue light is found in the peaceful light. So red light is like light of the attraction. Or there's so many lights, but it's very. Then you thinking about the light is the light of angel, that light of the guardian, the light of my Buddha, or light of so and so forth. In that moment, Eastern the light is that in that moment liberates in our consciousness. I believe and that way.
From our previous course that I took about the Book of the Dead, maybe I'm wrong, but I understand that when a person dies, he or she starts figuring out which way to go to follow the light, and that they go through many hours, but in a different kind of measuring the time as we are used to, of going through many different lights. Some of them are not the way they should go. And I understand it helps a lot that somebody who's still alive kind of directs that person into the light through prayers or just by saying it's okay, go on, follow the light. But my question is, what would happen if this person who died had nobody who is aware of the need of telling him or her, it's okay, follow the light, go this way or another? Would that soul be lost for a longer time?
And depends on the person, and in that sometimes we think is okay. This person may be easy to die because she has a big family or many friends. We think, but sometimes hard for them because they all, I don't want to leave my family. I don't want to leave my friends. So this kind of problem we have. Sometimes maybe person don't have any families, but friends to guide, but they feels like sort of, okay, so I'm dying, so I'm ready. It depends how they setting up their mind. That makes definitely big difference. But actually also sometimes have to, because the person really close die, carrying the peaceful energy, just not saying anything, but just give a hug, say, I love you. If you just say that, it definitely helps person to die. And I have a lot of stories, but we don't need to go there. So what I'm saying is, depends on how we dealing with our death and dying at the moment. That makes big difference. That's why it's very important to sort of preparing, sort of say, okay, I'm enjoying my life. I have good times, difficult times. So anytime I can go. So that's kind of attitude we keep it. And also moment of any kind of situation this facing, we can connect with one of our beliefs. And a Buddhist, we have definitely you can study death and dying, powa. There's special practices to liberate ourselves, and so on and so forth. But maybe definitely another religious also have those things too. And also somebody's maybe like Christian, and somebody's maybe Hindi. Then handy person come try to say, okay, this way it's maybe not so good. Better to whenever they believe, so we can support. If somebody's believe God, then you can say, okay, God's there, will help you, and follow the light of God, and so on and so on. Somebody said Buddhist, then you can say, okay, you can follow Buddha or connect with the Buddha and so on and so forth. But the most important is somebody's dying, you can care the peace, and also in a family also care the peace. Before maybe they have some problems between the family members, make a peace, then you can tell the person, say, we all have peace, and I talking to my sister, we apologize to each other, now we love each other, and we all love you. That kind of that helps you, that helps the person who died very easy. But if somebody don't have this, also depends, in Tibetan we say depends on the karma, but also depends on the personality too. Some people like sort of accept, just peaceful, then they definitely die peacefully. Some people like, I don't want to die, I have to work, I have a business. Some people fight, die, then they suffer tremendously. It's very important to accept, and death is another journey.
Well, just to clarify, I'm not Buddhist, but I am not concerned with the transition. The transition seems to me not so scary, but it's all the pain and the confusion around the time of dying that concerns me, that I wouldn't be able to handle with peace. What would your advice on that be?
And that is the best thing is it doesn't matter what religion or what place, or it doesn't matter where you are. The matter is your own mind. It's between you and you. Because in that moment, if you have a maybe billionaire, you can take $1. So maybe in that moment you have luxurious things, you can take nothing. Maybe you have hundreds, thousands, relatives or friends nobody can really have. The death is between you and you. When you sort of accepting, and so people around, they make a noise, they make a negative, positive, and you recognize it's not about that, it's about me. So I'm so ready, it's time to let it go. That's kind of clear vision. And communicate with your breathings, communicate with the processing of the losing the senses, communicate with feel the peace and light in your heart. That's important.
Anybody else would like to ask something? Well, we just want to thank you so much for coming here and for listening to what Lama has to say. I think it's a very important thing for each one of us. We all want to make our best in this living, and we want to die in the best way possible. And if we have the luxury to know that we're going to just make the best out of it. So thank you very much again. Thank you to the WorldBeat Center. Thank you, Michaela, so much. Thank you guys for coming. If Rinpoche is also available, if you need a blessing for yourself, if you need a healing session with him, he can also bless your house, he can also bless your business. So he's available for a lot of things. I also want to say we're going to have on September 21st here at the WorldBeat Center, we're going to have an International Peace Day, and we're going to make some sand mandalas. There's going to be some music. Some meditation as well, so you're very welcome to come here. And if you would like to learn more about his teachings, we get together on Sundays at 10 o'clock in the Tibetan Healing Center on 3rd Avenue here in Hillcrest. So you're very welcome to come as well. If you would like to have any more information, our website is Jigme Limpa Center, and you can also contact us on Facebook as Jigme Limpa Center. And everybody here on this table, they can give you also more information. If you want to know our phone numbers or our website or whatever you need, please approach us, and thank you very much again. Thank you very much.
Oh. Thank you.